Good morning and welcome to Adroit Oee Enterprise presentation. My name is Peter Reichert. I'm a Senior Technical Consultant at Altron Byte System Integration, PMC and IoT. I will be assisting Adroit today on the OEE presentation. Firstly, I want to recap on the 3 previous webinars that we had in our series of 4. Firstly, we had the introduction where we look at the terminologies and the 6 big losses. In our second webinar, we look at the hardware and software requirements. And in our third presentation, we focus on the setups of the 2 agents as well as the OEE setup to where we were able to load a works order. These webinars are available. If anybody has missed them, please have a look at them. What we will be doing today is we will have a look on the operator, what the operator see at the actual machine when he arrives at the machine after the works orders has been loaded. What you see on your screen now is the operator's view, and that is what the operator will have the moment he arrives at his machine. So firstly, he will see that there is an order that is loaded on the left-hand side, or there is available orders. If he wants to have a look what the orders are, he can go to the right-hand side, bottom, on the buttons, and next orders, and he can open them, and there the next orders in the system, the next 5 orders will be available for them to see. Even if the supervisor wants to see which order is next in the queue, he can have a look there. He will then have a look and see, but he cannot start anything. He will see the system is in production mode, and he can see that the equipment is stopped. He can see there's a long stop active, and he can see that the system is currently in a shift break. So his shift didn't start it yet. He will have to wait then a little bit for the shift, or he can start immediately. Shift break do not prevent them to start the system. It is not counting against the OEE. Uh, it is counting for the OEE. So the moment that they run in a shift break, it will count for the OEE, but if they do not run during the shift break, it will not count against the OEE. The OEE is normally excluded in a shift break. So what he sees is he cannot see any start buttons, and something is wrong, and he see a red flashing alarm at the top, and he's going to click on the alarm and he's going to see what's wrong, and he say, oh, my e-stop is still in, so I need to take the e-stop off the machine out. And I'm going to do that now by clicking on the simulation, and immediately you see the e-stop disappeared, and the e-stop flashing button also disappeared. The operator can still not see his stop and start buttons or load order buttons because, and he's looking on his system to see what is wrong, and he see there is an OEE active delay on the top. So he has to book his physical delay before he starts, because the order was loaded on the system 20 minutes before the time, and the operator arrived 20 minutes after that, and he will select the operator is not at the workstation, and he would put a reason in if he wants to. Otherwise he'll just leave it like that, and he will say save and exit. And the moment you do that, you see the red light appear on the system. That stack light is the same as the stack lights which is in the field. The stack lights in the field, you will see also if the supervisor or manager walk down the aisle, he can see the stack lights, and he will then see this machine is ready to run. They are not running, but they are ready to run. There's works orders on the machine, and there's nothing wrong with the machine. The operator now on the left-hand side have a look at the load new order. He clicks on the load new order, and his production order selection screen opens. In here, we've got the orders as we saw on the next orders. Here we can have 2 scenarios. You can either fix the top order that the operator can only go from the top down, or you can open it up that the operator can select any one he wants. We normally go with a system where the operator can do only the first one. That forces him to follow the production or production planner's setup if he prioritizes his orders. and also prevent them to just choose the easy orders all the time and leave the difficult orders for the night shift. What we then do is we go and see at the bottom here, there is a selected order, and we see the order that we select on top is already filled in there. The one that is on the right hand side, we say loaded order, is the previous order, so we say load order, and we'll see that the 2 is equal. That means that what we select was loaded to the PLC and it come back. There's then a little block that opens up that say how many operators is on the line. The people use that for calculation, so we just put there's 10 people on the line, and we say start the OEE. When we then start the OEE, we see 2 buttons appear. The one button is the start equipment and the end current works order. If the operator start the equipment here, the works order will be active and started, and if he then ends the works order, it will be prematurely end, and the order will disappear from his system, and the production planner will then have to put the order in again. So we start it. The moment we start it, we see the equipment is running on the left hand side, but it is slow running. That means it's running slower than the system, than the time that was allocated per minute for the parts that we are making. We also see the green light flickering on the top, and there's a lot of things happening. We see the planned production, we see the production quality, and we see the production remaining at the bottom there. If I now produce one, you see one of the products has been produced, 9 is remaining, and 10 was the production figure. Just below that, there's a little bar. This bar is basically showing you, it's just a quick reference for the supervisor going past. Are we running? What are we doing? Is there a lot of stops? And if he sees there's a lot of stops and he wants to see what was going on, he can click on the delay button to the left of that, and there is his last 10 delays, and he can see why the delays happen. Underneath that is a little bar that is projecting for us. It gives us the actual target, and it's projecting for us if we continue like we are continuing now, how much will we make in the actual allowable time. And below that is the dials for the quality, performance, availability, and OEE, and that this information here is only valid for the current order that we are running. I'm going to produce just another one, and another one, and you will see the dials didn't move. The dials will not move because the dials only move during the end of a block period. So if your block periods for information is been set on 5 minutes, it will wait 5 minutes in the beginning, then it will react, and then every 5 minutes it will update to give you the new values. The operator was now running, and suddenly something goes wrong, and he's now busy looking at his equipment and trying to find what is going on. While we wait for him to return, I'm going to just show you the Oee Info. This info here is everything that's happening on the machine, all the sensors, everything is we put in here to make it easy for us to do fault finding remotely with the maintenance personnel or with the operator at the machine. We can phone in, we get a phone call, and we can speak to the operator and say, listen, what is going on? Look for me. What is is it in production? Okay, yeah, it is. Is the machine running? Yes, it's running. Is the equipment on top interlocked? No, it's not interlocked. Is it green or red? Yes, it's green, so it's not interlocked. So we haven't got that problem, and we can do fault finding that way. Next orders I've showed you. Scrap corrections is only will come up, and you will see the scrap that you can correct is the last 5 orders in there. So in the last 5 orders, quality wants to do corrections. They can do corrections on the scrap. Scrap handling is a thing that we handle on different ways. This is just one of the ways that we handle scrap. We can handle scrap directly from buttons in the field. You can handle it from sensors in the field, and this is only one way of doing it. So the equipment now stopped. It is set on a long delay, so I stopped it, and we are waiting now for the operator to do his thing. We can see we've got a support and service mode here. Support service mode, if you click on that, you'll see the maintenance tool room and quality. If they do come to the machine and they take the machine over from the operator, they can then log in, and maintenance can now log in and put it into maintenance mode, and you will see the little light is getting blue, and it's stated on the top there, support services is busy with the machine. So they can now do their little thing. They've got 10 available strokes, pieces, or whatever there to make to find the fault. And the moment they found the fault, they can then go out. When they go out, they will find that they've got a reason there that they must book, and they will say no fault was found on the machine, or they will say there was an air leak, or an e-stop was pressed, and they will say save and exit, and the system is back into production mode, and we can start again and stop. Um, if the operator is busy on the machine without the maintenance being called out, they will have a certain time to fix the machine in. If they don't reach that time, then they will get a delay, and they will have to book the delay on themselves. Support call out. We've got a little pop-up on support call out where we normally send an email or an SMS out. It can either be an SMS or an email. The email system is just for record for the maintenance department that the machine was in a faulty state, and that there was a fault on the machine, and that the machine, uh, the supervisor did call out maintenance. So you will click on it and you will say okay, and the email will go through to maintenance, and then you will phone the maintenance department or call them on the radio or get them out to come and assist you. Right, so that is the system. If we end the works order, you will see there's a little pop-up coming up that's prematurely in, and we informed the guy that if he do that, then the production planner um, will have to replan that order because it will be not showing on his system anymore. And we say, and current works order, we get a little pop-up where you can put your scrap in into the system. And we're just going to exit that. Okay, and we cancel that, and the system is ready to be loaded with the next order. And that, in short, is what the operator is doing on the system. The main thing here is that all the that the machine is actually interlocked when um, when it goes into a fault state, and that the operator cannot start the machine or seize buttons, or if it's the actual buttons of the machine that we are using, that will not operate before the delays is actually booked. That is, in short, the system. Thank you very much. If there's any questions, please contact me or marketing@adroit.co.za with your questions, and we will gladly answer them for you. If you can also go to the Adroit website for more information. And thank you very much for sharing your time, and we hope we've learned something today. Please like and click the subscribe button. Also click on the bell icon so that you can receive notifications and do not miss out on our live webinars. This was the last webinar in this series. If you have any suggestions around the presentation or other presentation topics, please email samantha@adroit.co.za. We look forward to hosting you at another of our events, and we thank you again. And be sure to like and subscribe and click on the bell icon. Goodbye and be safe.